Hello and welcome to Sunday. Today's been, well, not too busy, but I've made some work for myself. Over the past, almost 2 years now since I've been doing this, I've been storing my files on my server right here. And the thing is, I store backups of backups. Each vlog is contained in its own folder with the date contained within a folder that has the month, and that is again in a folder with the year. So pretty organized there. Each of those folders has everything I recorded or photos I've taken for that day along with the vlog, meaning that not only do I have the vlog, but I have the original source files and any pictures I took during that day, as well as the music that you hear at the end, and all the assets that I use. This way, if I ever need to re-render the project for whatever reason, or need access to those files, they're there. Now the thing is, I use two SD cards. This camera supports two SD cards, and it supports it in such a way where I can either record to both at the same time, meaning that I will have the same file on each SD card, or I can just treat it as one singular unit. So I have two 256 gig SD cards in the camera at the moment, and I can have them be treated as one 512 gigabyte card, or have them be treated as a single 256 gigabyte card. And I opted for the latter in this case, where whatever footage is being recorded to both. Again, for redundancy's sake. I've had situations where a file won't be recorded to one SD card, but it's there on the other. It happens very, very rarely. Hasn't happened too recently, but on the occasion it does, I have everything I need, which is great. Thing is, I also back up those files from the second SD card onto a separate folder on the server. So I have two copies of nearly everything I've ever done on the server, as well as, like one video file, like this whatever I decided to call this video, is essentially 3 to 4 times larger than it should be, because the rendered file is much smaller, because I record at 100 megabits per second, and I export it at 40 megabits. And it's fine, you don't see any noticeable quality. I could lower it down to 50, but I actually could lower it down. Anyway, I feel like 100 is a good balance between quality, file size, as opposed to like 200, 400, or I think it might be 50. I think 100 may be the low end, something like that. I'll have to deal with it later, but I recorded 100 megabits, 4K, and yeah, it's a lot of files. So today I spent time cleaning up my file server, and I did that in such a way where I looked at everything I had backed up in the backups folder, which is just like all the raw footage. It's literally like raw footage and photos that I have since I've gotten the camera, all stored in one folder, and it's taking up a lot of space on my server, like at least 6 terabytes. And went through them all, decided that I don't really need it, because I have everything. It's just they're all in dated folders, which is so much easier to organize and navigate. But the thing is, I need to let go of those files, and it feels so hard because I am definitely a digital hoarder. I like holding onto files as long as I can, and I should probably just upgrade the drives in this case, but that feels wrong. I'd rather keep the files, and I've been going through all of them and be like, okay, this needs to go. Like, I have some massive files that are like 20, 30 gigabytes on there from like super long recordings, and I don't want to touch them, because even though I know I have a backup, that's on the same server. I should definitely follow the 3, 2, 1 or 2 rule, which is 3 copies of your data, 2 formats, 1 offsite location, and yeah, that if I have a failure, it's gonna suck. But I feel like I've done everything in my power to back things up. All the important photos are backed up to cloud, so that's fine there. It's just I need to definitely organize these files and get rid of the bulk because we're approaching that limit. Hopefully it won't take too long, but I definitely need to set aside the time to actively be like, okay, these are no longer needed. I can just press delete on the folders and be fine. And that takes a lot of effort. Well, not effort, but a lot of strength and willpower, which I don't want to put in, but it's getting to that point. And going through all the files and everything today, it was a nice trip down memory lane, but I think it's about time I clear things up. And yeah, I should probably do that. For now, however, that's what we're going to call it for today. It's going to be painful, but I'm ready to press delete, and we'll probably do that tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.